What's up guys, it's Dom from Whole Printing Inc. In today's quick yet very insightful video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to reward your employees. My name is Dom, I own Whole Printing Inc. I've been in the printing industry for years. I've worked with many big corporations and my only goal is to help you on your printing journey. Without wasting any time, let's get into the top things I believe is going to reward your employees, make them stay with you, and help your company grow. The number one thing you guys need to understand before watching this video is that your actual business, your printing business, is not tied down to your values, to your service, to anything, not even your customers. The number one thing preventing you to scale your business is the relationship you have with your employees. You guys need to understand that if you're starting to grow your business, the number one factor in growth is having good people on your team. Without good people on your team, you're limited with a finite amount of time that you can invest inside of the business. Picture this picture. Imagine that you're working 16-hour days and you have big productions to do. Unfortunately, your time is going to get cut short very quickly when you realize that you cannot work physically more than 16, 18-hour days, and that's if you can even manage to work those hours. Let's say you're working with somebody else, like a close friend, a family member, a loved one. Even two people cannot grow a business to extreme levels, especially when you're doing the production. Think about it. You need to work on the business, you need to market, you need to produce, you need to do a bunch of different things that actually make a business, right? With that being said, I want you guys to understand that having good employees is going to elevate your business to new heights that you didn't even know was possible. Now, how do you actually go ahead and find employees? That's a whole different video. Let's say you have one or two or a few valued employees. How do you instill the values of the company, make them have a sense of ownership in the company, and reward them for their amazing work? The number one thing you need to do is to have a clear understanding that everyone's on the same team. People are going to make mistakes. People are going to get tired, frustrated, especially when they make a mistake. This is all part of business, right? The number one thing you must do to reward your employees is have incentives. I'm not necessarily talking about monetary incentives, but like a simple reward like saying, hey, you did a really good job today. Or right before they leave, thank you very much for your time today. A sincere thank you will go so far you cannot even imagine. So number one is being grateful. Another good thing you can do is whenever their performance is increasing and you see more time invested within their hours, you see that they're applying themselves more in the company, they're making less and less mistakes, it's good to throw them a $25, $50, $100, $200 gift card to a specific place they like somewhere to eat, somewhere to shop. Make sure you create an experience, not just giving them $100 extra or something like that. You can do that here and there, but the reason I'm saying a gift card is that, let's say I'm giving you a simple example. Let's say they love Starbucks, right? Instead of just giving them $25 extra, a little bonus here and there, give them a, let's say, $25 gift card to Starbucks. The reason being is that they'll associate that experience with you. When they go to grab their favorite drink or their favorite snack, they're going to think of you subconsciously, reinforcing the fact that they love to work with you because you're providing them not only with something they love, which is Starbucks in this example, but you're reinforcing a positive memory / experience, and that's going to actually create more beneficial interactions with you in the near future when they work with you. They're going to think of that experience. They're going to say, hey, thank you. I enjoyed taking my family out to, let's say, the keg. I enjoyed the supper. I enjoyed the meal. And most of all, they enjoyed the time. They're going to thank you and remind you they haven't had the time to go out in quite some time. And the fact that you gave them that gift card, it gave them an excuse to justify the time going out with the family and go getting some nice food. So this is just an example. Number one, being grateful, saying your thanks. Number two is experience, like gift cards, buying a hotel room, something to say thank you, right? Another example of this, kind of in the same point, would be to bring them on a trip. Let's say you have an incredible year with one or two employees. Let's say it's a smaller team and you guys made a lot of money that year. You can actually go ahead and book a trip. It could be somewhere local, it could be somewhere across the globe, and you pay for all of their expenses. These are more extreme examples as your business keeps growing, but this is going to be for your main top individuals that are performing very, very well, right? You want to show appreciation, and again, focusing not only on the money you spend, but more on the experience you're providing. It can be either with you or without you. You just want to make sure you're providing a joyful experience in their mind whenever you give them their gift. So gratitude, incentives, And I would say the last one would be workplace comfort and environment. Another example of that is, let's say I'm working with somebody that's doing production, right? And they've been doing a really good job. A simple thing I can give them is say, hey, I've now promoted you to a new role, so give them a title, right? Let's say production manager. I don't necessarily need to give them a raise, however, obviously you can, and if you want to, you should. But a thing I could do is make them business cards. Even though they're in production, they won't necessarily need a business card with their name and their title. However, it gives a sense of ownership. Once again, we're trying to create that sense of ownership, progression, evolution. Having their name, their title, and having a physical business card is very, very good. Also having a custom email, example, let's say michael@wprinting.ca, production manager, right? It has its own business card. You create a custom email for them, and it gives them another sense of ownership. Again, creating custom merch. You guys are in printing, so it should be pretty easy to make them some shirts, stuff of that nature. Another thing you can do inside of your environment is actually create a more enjoyable environment. Let's say your top production manager loves having coffees, right? So he's always bringing in a coffee in every single day. He's bringing Timbits for everyone. What you could do is actually have a Keurig, a coffee maker, available for anybody that wants to have a coffee in the middle of the day, right? Just creating a more comfortable environment. Another example of this would be to say, hey, we made you a new workspace, we bought you a new chair, we bought you a new press, whatever the case may be, to make their job easier. If you see the employee is struggling with certain pieces of equipment, ask about their experience, ask them for feedback. Hey, would you appreciate it if I bought some new equipment? And they might be hesitant, like, no, everything's fine. But then you can say, hey, I realize that the tape measure is getting a bit old. Let me buy you a new one. Or, hey, I bought you a new handheld press. I bought you a new chair for production. I bought you a new desk. I bought you a new computer. Whatever the case may be, you need to motivate them and make them understand that you appreciate their efforts, and you reward it by making it a more comfortable experience for everybody. Not just them, but in some cases, it could be individual. I covered a few quick examples. I have a million other ideas on how you can motivate, reward, and incentivize your employees. Obviously, the last tip is going to be, cash bonuses, just giving them a bit extra money at the end of the day, saying, hey, thank you for your hard work, and here's a little something extra for you. However, I would do more gift cards, so it actually creates a experience, not only money that they're going to pay towards their credit card or something of that nature. However, that can be good. I would go more towards experiences, gift cards, hotel rooms, stuff of that nature. Now, I'm going a bit extravagant with the trips. However, the same principle applies even if you want to scale it down to something very, very basic. So hopefully you guys found this video somewhat insightful. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. If you want to see more videos like this in the near future, let me know in the comments down below and write the word employee, and I'll make sure to make more videos about how to manage, reward, and anything else related to employees. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was Dom from Whole Printing Inc. Make a print. You'll never forget.